Hi, this is Micornus Phokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. I want to speak about how great managers speak. I want to speak about how great managers speak because that's very important for you as a young man. As most of you, we mentor you to become managers, we mentor you to become people leaders. I want to speak just about how great managers speak so that you can learn on just how to tone yourself, present yourself as you speak to people as a manager. And as you become a great manager, how do you speak? Now, the first thing that I want to bring about is great managers would say, "What do you think?" They would speak to their employees and ask them opinions, ask them what do they think, and they will actually ask for insights from their employees or their subordinates. Because it's very important that as a manager, you realize that you are not a manager until you have subordinates, because you are called a manager purely because you are having subordinates. And that's the reason why we want to address this, because don't isolate yourself from the people. So therefore, remember also that people have got ideas, people have got minds of their own, people are actually diverse in thinking as well. And you cannot close yourself in a silo and think that your mind matters most than any other person. Now, great managers will forever ask, "What do you see?" Or what do you think? They will forever ask their subordinates. They will forever want to tap into the minds of their subordinates and try to find out what their subordinates think, because it is very important to include the thoughts of your subordinates. Because when they have contributed in a certain project, or rather idea of business and so on, that's what we call a buy-in. Because when they've contributed, they feel a sense of ownership. They feel they are part of it. So therefore, as a manager, please learn how to involve your people. Because when you involve them in ideas, then they own those ideas and they want to participate. And that is why most of the projects succeed based on the buy-in that you have from the subordinates. Now, great managers are always tapping and asking for insights from employees. But I want to also emphasize that you're not asking only once, but you frequently do that, because when you keep on doing that, is what we call consultation, is what we call involvement, is what we call collaboration. And you bring the people together along with you, and you walk in the journey together. And as you do that, as I said, they would love to support that which comes from their idea as well. And that makes them to be participants and full participant of the project. And you will start to see success. Secondly, great managers, they will say, "We will get through this together." They will say, "This is for us both. We will get through this together." Now, great managers ensure they know you have got their back. They know that they are supportive to you. So in other words, even though the problem is yours as a subordinate, great managers will always involve themselves in it. And they will always be part of your life as an employee. They will always be part of your life as a subordinate. And they will always want to go through issues together with you. Great managers, when an employee or a subordinate is going through pain, great managers will tell you that we'll get through this together. It is not your burden alone. It's not actually your heaviness, the heaviness of your shoulders alone, but it's something that we need to carry together as a team, because great managers realizes the power of team spirit, the power of working as a team, and therefore you as a manager, as a great manager, involve yourself with your team and be part of the team. And as you do that, you'll see the synergy will actually develop amongst yourself and the team will become one as well. And everyone will actually pull together to make sure that things succeed, because great managers are those that involve themselves in the matters of their subordinates. This is very important. When you have given a task to subordinates as a manager, it is very important as well for them to be aware that you have bought into the allocation or delegation that you have delegated them. You have bought into the task. You are going to be part of assisting them. You're not launching them in. You're not throwing them with the project and run away. You are there for them, and you're going to walk the path of success with them. This is very important. And we cannot emphasize this enough, that great managers, therefore, will make sure that they are there and supportive of every single task that their members are going through. Members of the team are going through. They are aware, and they are part of it through and through. Supportive all the time, and they make sure that they work with them. And this is very important. Great managers are like that. The other thing that the great managers say is, here is why I made that decision. Great managers will always explain the decisions that they make. They don't make decisions autonomously, and therefore, whatever decision that they make, they will actually lay it out to the team for the team to be aware. They make the tough calls, and then they explain them to the people. So remember that it is up to the great manager to make a decision. And I want this to be clear to you as a young man, to understand that as a leader, you become a decision maker. As a manager, you become the one who decides, because you are shaping the vision of the direction of the company, or shaping the vision or direction of the team. You are the one who's shaping that. But when you make a decision, that decision must be explained to your people as well. And I want to give an example with a football manager. Those that are coaching teams, you'll realize that a coach will always, when he substitute an individual, he will always explain, this is the reason why I reached the conclusion of substituting you. Because a manager that doesn't explain, you're destroying the players themselves, because they cannot even know where to improve and where not, because some of the replacement are just purely tactical. They may not be because the person has done bad. It may be that you want to change the strategy. It may be because you want to change the flow of play, and you want to play differently. So because of that, explain it to the team member. Make him aware that this is the reason why I've reached this decision, I've reached this conclusion. And to the person that is substituting someone as well, make them aware. Explain the reason why you've made that decision, so that they can get there empowered, knowing what to play, on what role to play when they get into the field. And this is very important, that as a young man, you understand that great managers will always explain their decisions, that this is the reason why I've made this decision. It's a tough call, it's a difficult decision that I make, but this tough decision, I've made it because of 1, 2, 3, and therefore people understand, and therefore they support the manager, because the manager would have involved them in making them aware why that particular reason has been made. What else do great managers do? Great managers will also say, I love that you took a risk. What did you learn out of the risk? That's great managers. They are speaking to you. They will actually speak to you just as a member. They normalize the risk taking that you have taken as a subordinate. They normalize the chance that you have taken, because some of the risks are very high. They're actually a risk to your own life. They're risking actually to the business itself. But a great manager would actually appreciate and say, I love that you have taken a risk. But what did you learn out of the risk? So they normalize the risk, because they want to challenge you that even next time. Don't be afraid to take a risk, because life is about risks anyway. So they will encourage you by normalizing the risk, but also making you aware that every single risk must have a learning. And they will actually make sure that you are actually aware that you must learn, and also you must grow because of the risk that you've taken. And this is very important, that we emphasize that great managers do in these situations. And I must emphasize also that when a great manager then encourages you as a subordinate to take a risk, you would understand that even next time, I will be supported if I take a risk, and there will actually be more risks that are coming, but they will normalize it. And please make sure that you, as a manager, as a young man, you do say this things, because that will help your subordinates. It will help your teams to be strong. It will help your teams as well to remain united as well in everything that they do. I want to end up here today. Your host, Micornus Phokane, the leader, the founder of Young Men Empowerment Forum. Thank you very much for listening to us. We'll take up this topic again as we continue with part 2 tomorrow. But before we check out, I want to remind you of our Facebook page, which is Young Men Empowerment Forum, and also Micornus Phokane. So please like those pages, follow us there. Don't forget our YouTube channel as well under Young Men Empowerment Forum. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel, click notification button as well. Our TikTok account waiting for you, very trendy indeed. And please follow us on TikTok account as well. And the good Lord will bless you. Allow me to check out right here as a cheers for now.